Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. I'm Ashley and today we are going to be doing the first official crafting part of the Greenbrier Bunker series, and I'm super excited to show you guys everything that I've done. I have decided that I'm going to be doing all the information and outro and intro all at the same time, so I have already created everything that you will see in the later videos, but I want to be able to give you the right information and not have nonsense. So we're going to make sure that the information is more succinct and not as confusing as what I have already recorded for this. So in this video, we will be going over the first level, the introduction level. It's not the first level of the bunker, it's just the first level that they encounter. And in this video, we're going to be going over the Greenbrier Bunker intro starter packs and the Stairwell combat, as you have been cued in by the title of this video. So as the DM at the start of every new campaign, I like to give my players a notebook, a folder, and a pen or pencil that they can use throughout the campaign to keep track of notes, keep track of little knickknacks and little notes and stuff that I give them that they can keep with them and bring every session, so that they don't have to worry about going out and buying something. And I usually like to have it a little bit more themed to how the campaign is going to feel, just to help them get into the right headspace. And for this one, we will be doing manila file folders that will be like top secret classified folders that are supposed to be like their briefing folders, that they're supposed to like the information that they're going to get regarding this mission. So yeah, let's get into that. All right, so we're gonna start working on these starter pack, notebook pack, whatever you wanna call them. And how I'm going to do it is I am going to take one of these envelopes and I'm going to cut off this top portion of the envelope, and then I'm going to glue it. I might see if someone else in the house has some other glue that I could use, but I'm going to glue this opening side in so that it creates this little pocket on the inside like that. And then I will slide the notebook in, and then later I bought some Avery sticker labels, and hopefully I'll be able to find a program that I can use to print out some top secret or classified stickers that I can put on the front of these. And then once I'm done, it'll look something like this. So this is the prototype that I made. I love how simple this is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start cutting the bigger folders. I'm gonna be cutting them down so that they are the right size. I decided that I'm just going to cut along this line so that there's still a little bit, well, probably down here. So it actually sits inside of the folder. So I'm gonna keep this line and cut that straight off, just like I did in the prototype. I still want that section to be there just so that there's a way to open this up without like having to like completely bend and pick up the folder and be all noisy and crazy about it. I just want them to be able to plop it open and slide it out, just like that. I am kind of still debating whether or not I want to leave the notebook unattached, or if I want to like glue the notebook down and just have it be like that, and then they can pull their character sheet out and put it here. But I don't know how they want it oriented, so I'm gonna leave it like this. And there's several different of these. There's 3 different heights that the tab will be on. So maybe I'll do 2 of each, and then if someone wants it up at the top, then, because I feel like that's more classified. Maybe I'll put the classified sticker here. I don't know. I still haven't figured out the stickers quite yet, but I wanted to put this together as soon as possible because we start the campaign next week. I need to get these done, and I need to finish painting, and I need to finish going over the material and get music and lighting set up, because I want that to be a part of this. The ambiance is kind of important. To me, it's important when you're playing D&D. And so I want to figure that out, but I only have a week from tomorrow to get this stuff done. And I'm a little nervous, but I'm actually gonna go talk to my mother-in-law and see if she has any glue that I can use to stick these together. If not, then I might have to run to the store real quick and get some. But either way, I gotta go find glue. So I'll be back. Okay, huge shout out to my mother-in-law for being the goat with paper crafts. That's one thing I'm not very good with is paper crafts, and she's the bomb.com with it. So she got me 3 different kinds of glue that I'm gonna try out. This one I know how to use. I have a feeling that this might be what I use because I'm most familiar with it, but it's the least permanent or the least long-term out of the 3 options that she gave me. It's the second least out of the 4 options that I have. So we're gonna use these. I'm gonna hope that I don't use all of it because she was so kind in letting me use this and I will feel bad if I end up using it all. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut down all of these thicker envelopes so that they are all the same size and that they will be the size that I need. And then we'll experiment a little bit on what will work best. I'll probably only do one where I experiment with all of my options, and then we'll like put one in each corner and see which one holds up the best. Then we'll go forward with the one that works the best. So probably gonna do that off camera. And so here's some action shots of me cutting everything out and putting these things together. All right, so now that we have all of the file folders done, I'm gonna go find a picture that says top secret, classified. I can't decide which one I wanna do, but I did remember that we bought this paper to make Christmas presents last year. So instead of having to worry about sticker boundaries already put in place, I'm gonna print it on this paper. So this paper is just plain white sticker paper. So I can print whatever I want on it in whatever orientation I want, and it'll print, and then I'll be able to cut it out. So I'll probably be able to get more stickers, more stamp prints on this than if I tried to do it on a pre-cut, preset label. Yeah, so I'm still gonna use those, but I'm going to use this for this project. Those will be used for shipping and stuff like that. So that's for future stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go onto my computer and I'm going to find a classified or a top secret picture of like the stamp, and then I'm gonna print them out on this, and then I'm gonna cut them out. But I could make it as big as I want it to, as long as it fits on this piece of paper. I could print it out. I'm gonna go find the picture and work on printing it out. But other than that, they're done. So all I gotta do is put the stickers on them. I'll put the notebooks in after I put the sticker on. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and let's go find this picture. Let's go over the plan. Starting with the top-down view, I want to have at least 4 platforms with 2 stairs in between each platform. So we're going to go off to the side view, and I want each platform to be 3 inches long and each stair to be 2 inches long, so that there's space to overlap and area for me to glue. Those stairs that are straight down are stairs going backward, and the other stairs are further back. I'm not an architect. I don't know how to do that 3-dimensionally, but I will be holding up each of these platforms with toothpicks and skewers, because this will not be structurally sound on its own, so I want something that can support it. But yeah, here is the final product. It'll go around clockwise or counterclockwise. Either way, it's going to be something like that. So I need something that's 2 inches wide that can potentially be made into a step. So 2 inches wide by 1 inch tall. So I'm gonna go try to find something like that, and I'll be back. I need at least 2 inches wide by 2 inches tall. We'll see what we can find. I might even pull apart my last one because it will be gray and I need as many as I can get. So I'm gonna try to find what I need for this and we'll get to it. If I can find stuff that's just pre-cut out, this might be really easy, and then we'll just go on and then we'll just move on and go to making beginner's pack. But I'm gonna dig through this. I don't want you guys to suffer through the styrofoam squeaks, and I don't want me to have to worry about the styrofoam squeaks. So I'm just gonna do this off camera and maybe separate it out a little bit more. I'll see you when I find what I am looking for. Okay, so I actually just measured these. Where did they go? These sections aren't wide enough. I know it seems like a little petty for me to not use them just because they are 1/4 of an inch too short, but in D&D world, that is still pretty short. That is at least 2 feet too short. So I think these might be a little too small, at least up here. So we're going to actually reuse something that I kind of already used in a past video. If you have seen my last D&D video, then you will recognize this, but I will be taking this part off and just using this part because I measured it and these are pretty good. So this is 1/2 an inch, so this is a full inch. So that means if I cut this stair off and cut this stair off and I shorten this one just a little bit, then I will have my proper stairs, and then I will be able to do at least 4 of them, and then I could do a 5th one as well. So I will probably be able to get all of what I need because I can do the stairs and the platform with it. I feel like we'll use this one and just cut it down. I think I'm gonna take this section off and just break all this stuff off and then start cutting into these so that they can be what I need them to be. This is going to be what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to cut these down and then next week we'll paint them. My next week, your guys is in just a couple of minutes. Yeah, we're going to go to that and I will see you in a minute. Here we are. I just ripped this section off. This paint absolutely sucks. I really hope that the Flex Seal helps the paint stick to this a little bit better, because like, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it is flaking so bad, and I'm so grateful that I only did that for the one shot, and I have a plan for going forward. I don't know if it will 100% fix it, but I'm hoping. So for this one, the plan is to cut off these 2 steps so that there's just the 2 sections, and then I'm going to cut it into as many sections as I can. So that's where it's going to need to be, because we wanted the 2 stairs and then the platform, which is only going to be that much. So I'm going to cut these off and separate these into sections, and then we will come back to it and I will start trying to assemble this. I might have to get some cardboard or something so that I can have something that this can sit on, so I'm not moving around something that's super unstable, but we shall see. But for now, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna cut these 2 stairs off and cut these into sections so that we can start building. So we're gonna get to cutting. So, all right, here it is. I am not sure if you guys can tell how bad this paint is flaking, but it's bad. I might need to get a garbage can to scrape all this into so it's not all over my floor, but yeah, I really hope that the Flex Seal does the trick. So let's get this figured out. I'm gonna clean this up real quick and then we'll come back and look at these. All right, now that that's cleaned off, I'm probably going to have to do that a couple of times this video, but she's cleaned off and that's what I care about. So I don't know if I thought this through very much because, so there's one step and that's supposed to be the second step. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this because like that looks a little weird because like this needs to be up more because like this is only 2 inches tall and I need it to be 3 because it needs to be 1 step, 2 steps, and then the platform. So I might need this piece more than I thought. So these are already separated out into the steps, but I need to cut this one shorter and then put another step here and then have the platform here. So, because I do like this so far, but I need the other one here. So if I do that and then cut this out, then that will be a full step. But I could just pull this apart and use this instead of using this because that's already one. It just came apart because it wasn't glued very well. And I might need all of these. So I'm gonna cut these ends off so that this is like normal. And then maybe what I'll do is I will break these apart and then cut them into 4ths and put them on top. So we're gonna cut these front steps off and cut it there. So there's 1, 2, and then we're gonna get some more of these like 4x4s out of this so that I can put it on top. So it's 1, 2, 3 steps and then the platform. I will hot glue them together and we'll go from there. I'm gonna go off camera and do that just so I'm not recording too much gobbledygook. So I'll be right back with a plan, hopefully. All right, so I think I have a plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break all these down and then cut off the ends. So these are now 3 inches instead of 4 inches, and these will be 2s. And so what I will be doing is something like this, a 3 that I can glue a 2 onto, and then I will glue another 3 onto that so I can glue a 3 onto it like this. So there's a 3. These will be glued together so these spikes won't be here. But I'm going to do, the bottom will be like this, and then the next one will be like that, and then there will be a 3 that will go like this, so that another 3 can go on top of it like this. And then I did find my skewers, so it'll end up looking like that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense because it makes sense in my mind. So I'm going to do that and get these all glued together so that the only thing that we need to do next is spray paint it. I feel like this is gonna work. I feel like they look like stairs. I feel like the supports will be good. I'll probably make it a little bit longer because I feel like that was a bit too short for this support. Kind of like that so that it all like works together and it's light enough and everything's supported. I'll just glue it together and then I'll show you. So we have this with the sticks, and so here we go with the glue. And it's all glued together. So the next step in the process that we actually can't do for a minute since it is Saturday and my paint isn't supposed to get here until Monday. So I'm going to have to wait on that. So this is the smallest bit of terrain that I will be doing in this series. So I'm not super worried about it being perfect, but I am so glad that this worked. It looks great. I am really looking forward to it. I am a little concerned that these are not going to stay in very well, but they aren't bad. They are doing just fine. I am a little worried that if I glue them in, then I'll glue them in at the wrong spot. wrong point, and at least this way they're adjustable, so I feel like this was the better plan. But yeah, this is all we're gonna do today for this project. I will probably start the next project here in a minute so that I can still utilize my day as much as possible. But yeah, I am very satisfied with this, so we will set it off to the side and wait till Monday or Tuesday or sometime next week. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet, okay? If I get enough of the next one figured out and put together today, then maybe we'll just do a painting day next week. I don't know, but this is what we're at right now. So I'm excited, and so I'll see you on Monday. All right, let's get to painting, shall we? All right, so the first coat is done. I'm going to let it dry, possibly overnight. It is about 1 o'clock, so maybe I'll let it sit overnight. We'll come back to it and do a second coat before the session starts, just because I want to be able to make sure that this looks good and that it's stable and all the pieces are covered and nothing is flaking off or whatever. But for now, we're gonna move on to putting together some of these case files, which I'm super excited about. So we're gonna go on to putting together some other papers and getting things started so that I can start finalizing this stuff. One coat down. We're gonna do the second coat off camera so you guys don't have to sit through more time lapses. But yeah, I'm really excited. So let's go do some paperwork stuff, I guess. these both turned out so good and I'm so happy about it. So let's go over the likes and changes. We're gonna separate it out into the intro starter pack and the stairwell, just so that I can keep my thoughts in order. So let's go over the likes for the intro starter pack. I love the way these turned out. I found the perfect envelopes and they turned out so much better than I imagined. I thought that I was going to have to take a file folder and then take a second file folder and like cut it up and chop it up and then tape it in and make it all janky, but I am so happy I found these other ones that fit the notebooks perfectly, and it turned out so good. And the stickers, I'm so happy I found a picture that matches these folders as close as I did. I was really worried that they were going to be way off and just make them look stupid, but they actually turned out so good. I'm so happy about that. And the notebooks, I'm so happy I found those notebooks. Those notebooks are exactly what I was imagining, and like, it wasn't hard to find them, but like, I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to find them. And like, they just have the perfect old-timey, like, I don't know if it was just me and what my dad bought, but like, whenever I imagined like top secret, like espionage type stuff, they were taking notes on those exact notebooks. So it's just like, yes, I'm so happy about it. And they're like just basic cheap folders that I feel like the government would use, and they turned out great, and I'm so happy about it. So let's go over some of the changes that I would make to these folders. I know I should have used better glue. I used the cheap elementary school glue sticks and I had better glue, but like, my mother-in-law gave me some really nice glue and I just didn't want to use it all because like, she doesn't use it all that much right now, but like, I feel like that glue is probably kind of expensive. I haven't looked it up and I haven't priced it, but like, it looked and felt like really fancy glue, so I didn't want to use it. So I just used what I was used to, and like, they turned out okay, and like, I feel like they'll do just fine for what we need them for, but in the long run, they probably won't hold up super well. So next time I make these, because I have a feeling we're going to be doing this campaign again eventually. Next time I make these, I will be using a better glue. And the last change that I would make for the whole starter pack is I should have gotten just black and blue pens, because I got these and they're so bright and so colorful. I felt like more people wanted the black ones and we only had 2. So I felt a little bit bad that we didn't have more of those. I told Garrett to order these colorful ones, and then I found the packs of just one color and it was too late. We had already ordered these ones, so we just ran with these ones. Next time I will be ordering just the blue ones or just the black ones, probably just the black ones. They were the most popular. So yeah, just happy at how these turned out. So yeah, the stairwell. I'm really proud of how the stairwell turned out. They look awesome. Like, it turned out so good. I struggled to figure out like proportions and making sure that it was... I just noticed something. The stairwell sitting right there. I just noticed something. Each platform has 2 like whole steps between them. The middle 2, but not on the top and bottom 2. That's gonna be a change. They just turned out super good, and like, I love the color, and they're wide enough that 2 players can stand 2 of the minis can stand side by side, and they're wide enough that they can, like, players can stand on them. I made sure to let them know that each step was 2 steps, so like, that's why they're so tall. So it makes sense. So I love the proportions. So some of the changes that I might make, that first one, I should have taken out one of the steps in the middle sections, because there's only supposed to be 1 in between and there's 2, and like, that should there should only be one in between each step. 1 set of stairs, so 1 step between each platform, and there's 2, and I should have taken that out. The second thing is I should have put an extra coat of paint or done the plasti dip. I ran out of plasti dip, okay? If you guys know a better way to use the plasti dip, my plasti dip was really hard to use. It hurt my fingers, and it ran out really quickly, and I don't know if I was just trying to do something too big or if I did something wrong, but like, if you guys know how to use plasti dip better, let me know in the comments, because like, it hurt and that mask sucked, and like, I probably did it on a terrible day because it was super hot, but like, I couldn't do it inside. Plasti dip is dangerous to breathe in, and like, I don't want to kill everybody in the house. So I had to do outside, and it was super sweaty and gross and bleh. But I should have done either an extra layer of paint or plastied it, because this paint is going to flake off and it's not going to hold up very well. I don't know how much I'm going to be using this. There's a good chance we're going to be using this particular set again in this campaign before they get out of the bunker. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of changes to it just because I have other things I need to get ready for. But next time I'm going to do Plasti Dip, because the other stuff that I did Plasti Dip, you're not going to see it in this video, but the other stuff that I did Plasti Dip, it is holding up pretty good, and it's holding the paint really good. And I should have done an extra layer of paint on this just because there are some spots where it just doesn't hold up very well. It's not like they were in great light anyway, so like it doesn't really matter, but me as the creator, I wish I had done an extra layer of paint. The next thing that I feel like I might change for the next, I might even change it for the next combat in general, I feel like this stairwell needs some railings on the inside, like on the inside circle, just so like they can visualize that there is a railing there. But I'm not 100% sure how I do it. I don't know, but I do want to put railings on the inside, but I want to put railings on the inside so that they can visualize that they can jump up, grab the railing and swing and all that stuff. Yeah, those are the likes and changes that I would do for these two particular little projects. Next time I do this, who knows, I might even make another series like Greenbrier Bunker new and improved or whatever, but we'll see. Either way, this was really fun, and I am so happy that they had so much fun. They fought the flumphs on the stairwell and they had a blast. I boosted up the flumphs so that some of the flumphs were just normal flumphs, and then 2 of the flumphs had like armor plating on, so they were like harder to hit. Like they had fun fighting on the stairwell, which was really cool. And everyone but Garrett are using the manila folders, and so I feel like I did a good job on that. So I'm excited, and hopefully this will be a decent video and it won't be too much gobbledygook. I feel like that's all I have for you today. So thank you so very much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If you know of somebody that you think would like this content, please share it with them. The algorithm would love that. The more people who see it, the better off the video will do. Comment what character you would play in this Greenbrier Bunker. I don't know if that's what I asked you in the last video, but if you could play a character in this Greenbrier Bunker, what would you play? If you want to stick around for my YouTube journey, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that little bell icon is filled in so you can get notifications when I upload Fridays and Saturdays. I want to try to make it as consistent as possible, but I'm not going to guarantee anything because creation is hard and I have a life outside of work and I'm trying to balance it all. But I do D&D content and sewing content. That cloak in the background is something that I made, and it is on my shop right now. I make one of a kinds, so if this one sells, then it's gone forever. But thank you guys so very much for watching, and keep smiling and stay majestic. A whole bunch of mumbo jumbo that is gobbledygook and just okay, give me a break. I may not remember every little detail regarding these folders and stuff because I made these things like a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago. So give me a break, okay? It's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy ride. I will remember everything that I can, and hopefully I'll keep the information as straight as possible. But yeah. Why can't I think what they're called? But I'm gonna do it off camera. Sorry. I'll see you when I know what I'm doing. So see you never. Just kidding. I'll be back. I need to put this on like a keychain or something. Yeah, I don't know why I feel like I'm rambling, but I feel like I'm rambling. So we're going to get to this, and yeah, I will see you in a minute. As a DM, I like to get people a little bit more immersed and have them have a little bit of, I like to give them a little bit of, little knickknacks. And okay, so for these starter packs, of course, as soon as I start talking, The ambiance is kind of important. No, not those. I'm pointing at the printer labels that are in a pile of my craft stuff over here. But I lost my train of thought. This is all gonna be harder than I thought. So let me think it out real quick. I might cut one of these up, and so I can see what it will look like with one of them cut up. All right, so I think I have a plan, and I definitely have a new outfit. I have a plan. So I have a new outfit. So I have a plan, and as you can see, a new outfit. I'm kind of thinking of this in like terms of like Legos. Me and my husband recently did Legos, so I'm trying to do this. The bottom one will look like this. So the bottom one will just be 2, and then I'll probably put another. Oh, look at that! Like that. So I'll put that there. All right, now it's time to glue. All right. Nope. One platform. Here's another platform. And another platform. And another platform. One more maybe. So I can show you. And there it is. It'll be like that, and then when it's on, whoop, Mr. Flump, no. So I'll see you on Monday. Okay, and you'll see me in a minute. So, all right. I'm so excited. I don't think that's in this video. Never mind. But yeah, that's a ramble on another video. But back to it. But I'm not 100% sure how I do it, just because, like, would I just use toothpicks? I might take out one of those stairs and then glue them back together, just so that it's not so weird. Because, like, I just feel like it looks weird and disproportionate now that I'm actually looking at it. It's gonna drive me nuts. Those stairs, I should have taken out I shouldn't have put in an extra set of stairs in between that platform. The middle platform has too many stairs. Well, I guess maybe I could just put another I can make it work. We're gonna address the stairs next time we go over this, but I'm not gonna do another video on it. Railing, that was a little bit of a derailed. I don't know if I addressed it in this video, but they did fight the flumphs on the stairwell. Comment down in the comment section. What should I have you guys comment?